So good afternoon. This is Melany Edwards-Barton, CEO here at the Sierra Vista Area Chamber of Commerce with a special guest, Jason Bowling, CEO of SSVEC.
Hi, Melany. Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
Well, we are happy to have you here. Jason is also he's on our board of directors here at the Chamber, and he's chairperson of our Business Advocacy Committee here at the Chamber, which is basically our legislative committee.
That's right. That's right. We feel, at SSVEC and at the Chamber, we feel it's obviously really important to support the interests of our local business. As they say, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. And so we work really hard to make sure that policymakers understand the importance of Cochise County and particularly Cochise County business.
Absolutely. So we want to talk today a little bit about our Governor Hobbs coming down here.
That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Speaking of being at the table, what a great opportunity. This is great. We'll have the governor here in Cochise County, so we get to talk to her.
You know, we're very excited about that here at the Chamber. We do try, believe it or not, we do try every year to have our governor, no matter who that may be, have our governor come down here to do a State of the State address or like a fireside chat so that we remain relevant down here, because when you're in the state of Maricopa, sometimes you don't always think about all the rural parts of Arizona. And so the last time we had a State of the State was also the first time we've had a State of the State in Cochise County, and that was in 2020. So we had Governor Ducey down here, and that was February 2020. And then in March of 2020 was COVID.
That's right.
And so because of the effects of COVID and then the change in governors, this has been our first opportunity to have the governor come back down, do a State of the State address. And I've been bugging our Governor Hobbs, for over a year now to come and do this. Tried to get her here last year, but she was just in office. And so now we have her coming down here this year. And we really hope, no matter what, no matter who our governor is, that we can have our governor down here every year to do a State of the State address in Cochise County. And that helps us, all of us down here.
Yeah, and you just made me realize that every time I talk to our state's lawmakers, they'll often say that they work really hard to make sure that the great state of Maricopa recognizes rural Arizona. It almost becomes kind of cliche. Mm-hmm. And it's fine and all to say that. It kind of rolls right off the tongue as a valid complaint, because it is a valid complaint. And it's probably that way in any state where there's a big city that dominates the consciousness of the voters' minds. But it's not enough just to complain about it. You actually have to show up in order to make sure that your interests are heard. We actually have to work 2, 3, 4, 5 times as hard to make sure that those lawmakers understand the needs of rural Arizona. And this talk with the governor, her coming here, is a great opportunity to do that.
It is, and we're really excited. SSVEC is our diamond sponsor for that. And a thank you to Cox Communications, our gold sponsor, and Canyon Vista Medical Center, which is our silver sponsor for this. We appreciate the community support in regards to this. But we're really excited about this. I do want to point out very quickly, a lot of you already know, but the Chamber is nonpartisan. Very important point. We are here to support businesses in southeastern Arizona and our communities in southeastern Arizona. So sometimes that legislation that we support or oppose falls in Democrat or Republican or whatever. And so, but we're all about the legislation, not the party.
Yeah, and so too SSVEC. We're member owned, and we have to represent and serve all of the members that depend on us. We often say, truthfully, it's not about the politics, it's about the policies, and how do those policies affect us and our membership. And so too with the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce exists to support all of its members in the communities that those members operate in. And so we want to make sure that lawmakers understand, remember, and keep top of mind that we are relevant, we matter, we're important to not just our state, but also our country. And so when we talk about issues like border, water, economy, we have something to say in those domains, and we want to make sure that our lawmakers hear and understand what we have to say.
Now, I know that a lot of our viewers out there are probably thinking, well, gee, I watched the State of the State online, so what's the big deal? So we are actually doing things a little bit differently down here.
Yeah, this is different.
So we're excited. It's more of a conversation, like a fireside chat that I'll be having with the governor. And so our Business Advocacy Committee, we looked at our legislative agenda which very closely matches the Arizona Chamber Executive's legislative agenda, and from
But
there.
tailored to our
And
community.
tailored to
Yeah,
our
that's
community.
right.
And so a lot of the questions that I will be asking are really relevant to Cochise County and our needs that we have down here and things that need to be addressed. And so it's going to be a little bit more relevant to Cochise County. So what you heard her talk about with the Phoenix Day of the State is different than what you're going to hear here.
Right, we're really specifically going to ask her to, how is this relevant to us? Not just, what are you doing on I-10, but what are you doing on Highway 90? What are you doing on the roads and infrastructure within our communities? And I think it's important that our citizens within our communities understand and have an opportunity to hear that directly from her.
Right. So we have a couple of topics. We'll just give you an idea of some of the things that we're going to be touching on, which of course is border security and immigration. That really impacts our area down here. So we really need to know what the plan is regarding that. So we're excited to hear about that. Economic growth and job creation, infrastructure and digital connectivity, very, very important down here. Water resources and environmental concerns, like Jason was saying, healthcare and community services, housing affordability and development, education, and workforce development. And so those are just some of those topics that we're going to be touching on. And those are all related to Southeastern Arizona.
You know, and this is going up on Facebook, right? So if others have things that they'd like us to work into the conversation, saying something in the comments probably would be helpful, right? Then that can definitely help us shape the conversation to be sure that our viewers' interests are also met.
Right. It won't be a question and answer from the audience, but obviously we want to hear from our viewers, and we want to be able to relay those concerns or questions that you may have as much as we can with the limited time that we will have.
Right. Well, yeah, we're definitely trying to represent the interests of rural Southern Arizona. And so, this is a great opportunity, though, I think, for everyone to hear that, what she has to say about that.
Absolutely. So this invitation is open to everybody in Southeastern Arizona. So don't think if you're not a member of the chamber, you can't attend. That is absolutely not correct. This is a really important event for us to show our governor that our communities down here, our rural areas down here are really, we come together as one. And we support each other down here. But she's going to have to see that in order to understand that. So we do invite everybody out there. Please bring the kids, bring the family, bring the friends, bring the bosses and the employees, and, bring everybody so that they can hear this. I mean, it's a great opportunity. How many times do you get an opportunity to hear from your governor? Not very often.
That's right. And it's the day before Arizona's birthday. We'll be busy celebrating Valentine's Day, so let's use this as an opportunity to be as an Arizonan and celebrate your being an Arizonan by attending this event.
Absolutely. So bring the students, bring everybody, but we're excited about it.
Yeah, I am too. And I think it's probably important for the viewers to know there are costs for doing these sorts of things.
Absolutely.
We're not paying the governor for her time, but still just setting up an event like this costs money. That's why SSVEC is proud to be a sponsor. A founding principle of our organization is supporting education, information, and this is that, right? So we're proud to help cover some of those costs, but ticket sales are really meant to cover the rest of that, right? The security that's necessary, the location, the venue, the lights, and everything else that's needed there. That chamber staff's time. I mean, the chamber is itself a nonprofit. The staff is dedicating time and energy to this. And so that's why the ticket sales, right?
Absolutely. And if you look at it, chambers of commerce across Arizona, across the United States, this is something that they do in order to promote that advocacy in their areas. So like Jason said, we're a 501c6 organization. We're not funded by the government. So you can just kind of wipe that slate clean. We are definitely not funded by the government in any way. And so, but we run just like any other business. And so there are overhead costs to putting this on. But at the same time, even though there's a small price for the tickets, the advocacy has so much greater impact.
Right.
And so that's what we're here for, is to make sure that we have our legislators down here so that they can see our community, see our needs, hear from our community members. It's very, very important. So the advocacy, that's what we do here at the chamber, and we're happy to be able to do it.
Right. And we're happy to sponsor at SSVEC. I think it's really important that the community gets an opportunity to hear. It's different when you're reading a news article about what the governor says, or you hear it on TV. Hearing it live and seeing it live, I think it's a big difference.
It is.
And a great way to connect with your government.
Mm-hmm. And the ticket prices aren't outrageous. It's $20 for chamber members, $25 for non-members to attend. So we wanted to keep those prices as low as possible. Thanks to our sponsors, we're able to do that. But it's a great opportunity.
And we feel it's really important to show community interest in governance. And so as part of our sponsorship, SSVEC is covering the costs of how many tickets did we say? 50 tickets?
So thanks to SSVEC, that's right. We really want as many community members to attend as possible. It is a very large auditorium. We have plenty of seating available right now, so don't worry about that. But SSVEC has decided that if you're watching this video, this recording, the next 50 people to register at svachamber.com. The next 50 people to register, if you use the code SSVEC, all caps, you'll get a free ticket. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, no, happy to do it. I think it's important for our whole community that the governor sees that we've got a community that's interested and committed and engaged with what's going on in our government.
Absolutely. And so that will be February 13th. The doors open at 4:30. The event starts promptly at 5:30. So very important for people to understand that. We're excited. Like I said, we want our governor, no matter who it is, to come down every year and be relevant in our communities every year. So we do ask for respectful behavior, obviously, from our attendees. We appreciate that in advance. Happy to have that in advance, but we would love to have you there, and I think it's a great way to make us relevant.
That's right. I agree completely.
All right. So February 13th, it starts at 5:30. Doors open at 4:30. You must register online to attend, though. Very, very important. We are not selling tickets at the door, so please make sure you go to svachamber.com. and get those tickets. The ticket sales will close 2 days before the event. So we want to make sure that you get your tickets, and that today is February 1st.
Yeah, time's running out. Just
I know.
Today.
So less than 2 weeks.
Right.
Less than 2 weeks. So please jump online and grab those tickets and come on out. We appreciate it. And we appreciate all of our sponsors and SSVEC. Thank you.
Thank you for all your work. Appreciate the chamber.
Thank you.